For a better part of the last 2.5 seasons, the Phoenix Suns have been one of the best teams in the NBA, if not the best team. And a large part of that success is attributed to the additions of Chris Paul, one of the greatest point guards of all time who brings an elite level of playmaking, scoring, and leadership to teams that seemingly lack an identity or a direction. And while all those things about Chris Paul may be true, and while I think he definitely brought those things to the Phoenix Suns, I've never seen a star get this much disrespect in the media while being a team's best player other than maybe Jokic and Giannis before last year. And that star is Devin Booker. Because if you hear people talk about Chris Paul, you think that he's the best player on the Suns and he's the only reason why they're succeeding.
Because you could plug anybody in with CP3 and he's going to make them look great. Go back down the line, how he made DeAndre Jordan and Blake Griffin look when you was with the Clippers, you know firsthand.
While they have a guy in Devin Booker on their roster that as of right now in this season he's averaging 26.6 points, 5.1 rebounds, 5 assists, 1.2 steals, on 46% shooting, 37% from 3, and 87% from the free throw line. Being one of the best scorers in the NBA, a really good playmaker, above average defender, actually I would say he's a good defender now, on a 60-win team with 8 games left in the season. The Phoenix Suns are on pace to win 65 games this year, and their best player, their leading scorer, is not even top 5 in the MVP voting. Now I'm not saying he should win the award. As of right now, Nikola Jokic, Joel Embiid, and Giannis are having all-time great seasons while still winning basketball games. But I'm just saying that a guy that's this good on the best team in the NBA should be in consideration for the most prestigious award in the game. And I don't think a lot of people would have this much of a problem with it if Chris Paul wasn't above Devin Booker in MVP voting right now. And I understand why you'd probably try to give it to him last year. I understand he's having a great season. He's part of the reason why they started winning as much as they did. He's one of the greatest point guards of all time. And at such an old age in the league at 35, to be still that elite at his size is great. But to say that he's a better player on this team or more important to this team than Devin Booker is completely disingenuous. Right now, it feels like every single time the Phoenix Suns succeed in any type of way, it's because of Chris Paul. Chris Paul taught Devin Booker how to win. Chris Paul is the reason why DeAndre Ayton has improved so much. Chris Paul is the reason why Mikal Bridges knows how to play defense. Chris Paul is the reason why Cam Payne has seen a resurgence in his career. It seems like every good thing the Phoenix Suns do is attributed to Chris Paul and not these individual players learning to play together and being as good as they are and improving their game. And I think it's most seen in the past 15 games where Chris Paul missed and the Phoenix Suns still went a combined 11-4 while Devin Booker played 11 of those games and averaged 28.2 points, 4.6 rebounds, 7 assists, 1.8 steals on 52-40-90 splits. And Cam Johnson, while only playing 5 of those games, averaged 23.4 points on 60% shooting and 58% from 3. DeAndre Ayton played all 15 and averaged 19.5 and 9 rebounds per game. Mikal Bridges averaged 17 in all 15 and averaged on 52% shooting and 38% from 3 with all NBA level defense. Cam Payne stepped up as a starting point guard in 11 of those games, averaging 14.1 points and 9.5 assists. And the whole time this team was going on a tear, stomping teams, all you hear in the media is how Chris Paul's spirit is still with this team and how he taught them how to win, and he's the reason why these guys know how to play basketball this well. And again, I'm not trying to take anything away from Chris Paul. I do believe he's one of the best leaders in this league. And I think he did help teach Devin Booker and some of these guys some things in this league. And part of the reason why they are as good as they are is because he is there. But to simply be that disingenuous and not realize that this team is still just really, really good and would still be at least a 50-win team without Chris Paul is being very disingenuous. What's even worse is that during the 11 games that Devin Booker did play, they were on a 6-game winning streak that he averaged 34 and 6 on 53, 40, 91 splits. You heard nothing about that. Going on a 6-game winning streak in this NBA with your team missing what people think is the best player on the squad, and you average 34 and 6 on those splits and go on a 6-game winning streak, and you hear nothing about it is absolutely insane. What makes it even worse is that as soon as Chris Paul comes back, the Phoenix Suns play a game against the Denver Nuggets where Devin Booker dropped 49 points, and the headline was Chris Paul is back, that helps the Suns clinch the top seed. Nothing about Devin Booker just nearly picking up 50. And to just rub salt in the wound, I think a little bit more, in NBA history, there's only been 8 players to average 25, 5 on 5 on a team with an 80% record or better. That was Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, LeBron James twice, Steph Curry twice, James Harden, Giannis, and now Devin Booker. Out of all those players, the only player to not win MVP was Steph Curry, and that was in 17-18 when you had a clear best player on that team being Kevin Durant, who averaged more than Steph. So when you look at how much Devin Booker's improved his game in the past couple years, and you look at the fact that in the bubble, the Phoenix Suns won 8 games, and all 8 games, and I'm pretty sure at that time we all realized that next season they're probably going to be a pretty good team, even without Chris Paul. And then you look at the fact that the numbers he's putting up, winning this much, is on a historical level. It's really, really sad to see the amount of disrespect he's getting in the media, especially this run on ESPN where you talk about him not being top 5 in MVP voting, and the only things you can give are the reason why is that he doesn't give you a flurry of threes like Steph. He doesn't give you dunks like Giannis. He's just good.
I think it's a style of play. You know, he's not a high-flying dunker like Giannis or a flurry of threes like Steph. He's an excellent player, but the style of play might get overlooked.
Right now, I think there should only be 3 players in the MVP voting that's above this man right now, and that is Giannis, Jokic, and Joel Embiid. No one else in the NBA deserves to be above this man in MVP voting other than those 3, simply because they're putting up some of the best and historical numbers in the NBA right now. So, as the playoffs do start and the Phoenix Suns go ahead and stomp their way through the entire Western Conference and probably make the NBA Finals again, and most likely, in my opinion, probably be the team that wins this year, we'll come back to this and we'll talk about how Devin Booker or how Chris Paul is the reason why they won, or Chris Paul won his first championship. Now talk about the man that probably is going to put up 30 to 35 points per game while doing it. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think Devin Booker is overrated? Underrated, I mean. Overrated, hell no. Do you think that Chris Paul gets too much credit or too little credit on this team? I don't know how I can get too little, but if you have a way to say that, go ahead. I'll listen. But thanks for watching. All my links and socials in the description down below. If you can check out any of these 2 videos, I'm trying to upload at least 3 to 4 times a week right now. When the playoffs do come around, it'll probably be 2 times a day talking about those series. But that being said, it's FLB. That's my time, and I'm out.